Japan mastered something most of the world keeps missing. They built a culture where progress feels calm, not chaotic, where precision isn't forced and productivity doesn't look like exhaustion. It's visible everywhere, in the trains that arrive within seconds, the minimalism in their homes, the quiet focus in their work. Every action feels intentional, almost meditative. It's not luck or genetics, it's philosophy, a way of living that turns simplicity into power and stillness into motion. And once you understand how they approach time, effort, and progress, you'll start to see why slowing down might be the most productive thing you ever do. Chapter 1. Kaizen. Progress without pressure. Kaizen is Japan's quiet answer to the world's obsession with speed. It means continuous improvement, not through grand changes, but through steady, deliberate progress. 1% better each day. One smoother motion. One cleaner process. It began in post-war Japan when resources were scarce and efficiency was survival. Instead of chasing perfection, they focused on refinement, fixing small flaws, improving small systems, creating momentum through patience. While the West celebrates reinvention, the all-or-nothing mindset, Kaizen values accumulation, because small progress, repeated without pressure, compounds into mastery. It's a calm kind of growth, one that doesn't burn out because it's built on rhythm, not rush. Try it yourself. Improve one habit by 1%. Clean one drawer, refine one skill. Finish one thing completely before starting another. It won't feel dramatic. But over time, that quiet consistency will do what intensity never could. It will last. Chapter 2. Hara Hachi Bu. The Power of Enough. The second principle comes from Okinawa. Hara Hachi Bu, which means eat until you're 80% full. It's more than a dietary rule, it's a philosophy of restraint. A reminder that knowing when to stop is just as powerful as knowing when to begin. The Okinawans, known for their extraordinary longevity, practice moderation in everything: food, work, even ambition. They stop before excess begins, because fullness in any form often dulls awareness. Applied to life, Hara Hachi Bu means recognizing the point where enough becomes too much. When to stop adding tasks, goals, or responsibilities simply because you can. Because more isn't always better. Sometimes it's noise. You don't need to drain every ounce of energy to call a day productive. True balance comes from leaving room, space for rest, reflection, curiosity. Stop at 80%. Let clarity live in the gap you don't fill. Doing less isn't weakness, it's wisdom, the kind that keeps you steady enough to begin again tomorrow. Chapter 3. Wabi-Sabi. The Beauty of Imperfection. Wabi-Sabi is the Japanese art of finding beauty in imperfection, the quiet strength that comes from accepting things as they are. In Japan, when a tea bowl cracks, it isn't discarded, it's repaired with gold. This practice, called kintsugi, turns flaws into something even more valuable. Wabi-Sabi isn't just about aesthetics, it's a way of seeing life. It teaches that perfection is sterile, but imperfection is alive. Our obsession with flawless systems, perfect routines, and the right time often kills our momentum before we even begin. But Wabi-Sabi whispers a softer truth. Start messy, continue gently. Because growth isn't clean, it's uneven, slow, and human. When you stop forcing everything to look perfect, your focus shifts from control to creation. You begin to enjoy progress instead of chasing proof. Let imperfection breathe. That's where authenticity lives. Your work, your habits, your days, they don't need to be flawless, they just need to be true. Chapter 4. Shibumi. Effortless Excellence. Shibumi is the Japanese ideal of effortless excellence, the quiet beauty that appears when mastery becomes second nature. It's the calm after discipline, the grace that no longer needs to prove itself. Think of a calligrapher's brushstroke. Smooth, fluid, exact. Behind that motion are years of invisible repetition. Yet the result looks unforced, almost effortless. That's Shibumi. Simplicity earned through patience. It's not about pushing harder, it's about refining better. True elegance in life comes when your habits, systems, and values move in harmony. When action stops feeling like struggle and starts feeling like rhythm. You reach Shibumi not by adding, but by subtracting. By removing what doesn't serve you, the clutter, the noise, the unnecessary goals, until only clarity remains. That's when calm becomes strength and precision becomes peace. Because real excellence isn't loud or intense, it's quiet, balanced, and beautifully deliberate. Less pressure, more alignment. That's the heart of Shibumi. Chapter 5. Ma, the space between things. In Japanese culture, silence isn't emptiness, it's design. They call it ma, the deliberate pause that gives structure to everything around it. You can see it in their architecture, the open space that balances the room. In their music, the silence that gives notes their power. And in their daily rhythm, the moment between one task and the next, where reflection quietly happens. But modern life fears that space. We rush to fill every gap with noise, notifications, or thoughts, and in doing so, we lose the clarity that Ma was meant to give us. To live with Ma is to live with intention. Take one quiet minute before your next task. Walk without headphones. Let silence sit in your next conversation. These small pauses aren't wasted time. They're the frame that gives meaning to everything else. Because focus isn't found in what you add, but in what you allow yourself to leave unfilled. Chapter 6. Shōshin, the beginner's mind. Shōshin means beginner's mind, a way of seeing familiar things as if for the first time. It's one of Japan's quietest but most transformative philosophies. Experts tend to get rigid. They build walls around what they already know. Beginners, on the other hand, stay curious, open to being wrong, open to learning again. That's why progress often slows with experience. We stop questioning and start assuming. In Japan, even a Zen monk with decades of meditation still approaches each breath as if it were his first. That humility keeps the mind fresh, flexible, and alive. Practice Shōshin in your own life. Ask, what if I've been wrong? Or what if there's a simpler way? You'll notice how light everything feels when you stop clinging to certainty. The beginner's mind isn't ignorance, it's freedom from pride. When you drop the need to know, you rediscover the ability to see. And that's how simplicity quietly becomes wisdom. Chapter 7. Ikigai, the harmony of enough. All these principles, Kaizen, Wabi-Sabi, Ma, Shibumi, lead to one final idea. Ikigai. It translates to a reason for being, but it's more than purpose. It's the quiet alignment between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what sustains you. Ikigai isn't about achieving balance. It's about living in harmony. You don't need a perfect life, just one that feels honest. When your actions, values, and energy begin to move in the same direction, even the simplest day feels complete. In Japan, people don't chase a purpose like a prize. They live it, through ritual, focus, and the discipline of doing less but doing it wholeheartedly. Your Ikigai might be small, a morning routine, a craft, a conversation that grounds you, but that's enough. Because fulfillment doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right things, slowly, deeply, and with intention. That's the harmony. The secret was never about doing faster, it was about moving with rhythm, knowing when to act, when to pause, and when to stop. You don't need more goals, more plans, or more noise. You just need to return to what's essential, the quiet balance between effort and ease. That's how Japan learned to do more by doing less. If this resonated, subscribe and share it with someone who's forgotten the power of enough.